week's episode in the kitchen. This week we're making a nice winter type recipe, kind of a staple here in the South. Beef stew. And I'm going to make it with a slow cooker. I already have my ingredients out, so let me go ahead and change camera angles and we'll go ahead and get this started. So as for ingredients, I like to put a lot of potatoes and onions in mine. I have 3 medium onions here. Don't worry about the fact that there's 2 yellows and a white. It's just ran out of yellows and I started using the white. You can use whites, you can use yellows, however you want to do it. You can even use the red ones. I have about 6 to 7 red potatoes here, about a good size potatoes. Some Worcester, some tomato bisque from Campbell's, a little bit of minced garlic, some beef stock, mushrooms, carrots, celery, and about 1.5 pounds of beef and some beef stew seasoning. I usually use McCormick's. I don't follow their directions. I have a way I like to make my own. So let me go ahead and get the onions and potatoes and the celery and everything chopped up, and we'll be back in a bit. Before I do that, we'll just go ahead and put the 1.5 pounds of beef in here. And of course remove the pad. And I'll go ahead and just add salt and pepper to this for taste. Not much more than that. And I'll put about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic in there. So we'll be back in just a bit. Also, real quick, I went ahead and poured the stew seasoning in there, and I put about 3 tablespoons of parsley. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and chop everything up again, like I said, and we'll go ahead and start throwing it in there. So we'll be back in just a bit. As you can see, the potato in there, I've chopped it up fairly large chunks. I like my stew a little chunky. As for the onions, about this size right here. We'll throw those in there. Those will break down and get soft. What I do is I cut the onion in a quarter, and then I'll chop each quarter into about 3 parts. So we'll be back in just a bit. Next up, I'll do about 6 sticks of celery here. We'll go ahead and cut those up. Easily go about that size with them. Like I said, I like it a little chunky. Move everything out of the way so I don't end up cutting myself. There we go. I'll go ahead and put those in there. So basically, you're going to want to chop them up that much while it's still heavy here. Let me get the rest of that in there. As for the carrots, I usually get baby carrots. That way I don't have to cut them up. I'll put about 1/3 of a bag in there. This is net weight of 1 pound, so about 1/3 of a pound of baby carrots. Which thought I had this up, but I guess not. So it's about 1/3 to 1/2 of the bag right there. We'll put a few more just to even it out a little bit more. Let me get this rest of this plastic off. There we go. So let me go ahead and get the celery cut up and we'll be right back. So I went ahead and poured the rest of the beef broth in there. And I kind of washed out the can a little bit with some extra beef broth. We'll go ahead and throw that on there. And in the background I have my crock pot warming up on high. So we'll be putting it on high for about 4 or 5 hours. We'll come back and check on it after 4 and see where it's at. It can be between 4 to 6 hours. So we'll be back in just a bit. Oh, while it's cooking, check on it every hour. Give it a good stir, just to get the vegetables down into the beef broth. So we'll be right back. So after I got done with the celery, the mushrooms, the smaller ones I kept pretty well whole. Large ones I went ahead and quartered up. So next up, you want to take your Worcestershire sauce, or the Worcestershire sauce, however you want to call it. I usually go pretty generous with it. Say about 2, 3, or 4 tablespoons. There we go. That's about 2. And I usually use about 4 cups of beef stock. I think I have a cup in here, and I have another canister in the pantry. I'll pull that out. So we'll just put that in there for now, but just know that I'm going to put another canister in there in a few moments before I put it on the heater. The can of tomato bisque. Some people use ketchups. Some people use tomato paste. I prefer the tomato bisque. We'll just pour the whole can over the top, and it will soak down when I pour the rest of the beef broth in there. And I have a little bit of cleanup over there. So actually I'll wash that out with the beef broth in a little bit. Alright, so let me go ahead and do that. We'll be right back. So as you can see, the insert is in. I do have a locking one. Do not lock these if you don't have a vent. Make sure you have a vent, because the pressure could build up and the glass could end up popping and breaking. If they have a vent, you can go ahead and use the locks on yours. So we'll see y'all in a few hours. Alright, 6 hours later, I turned this off about a half hour ago. Set this off the side. And boy, that smells good. I'll go ahead and serve this up. There it is. And get the bowl a little bit closer here. About 3 scoops of everything, and about a scoop of the actual juice here. And there we go. Beef stew. I'm going to go ahead and take a few pictures for the thumbnail. And go ahead and enjoy this. Nice little, like I said, nice fall meal. Nice and hearty. Definitely chunky. So if you like what you saw, please leave a thumbs up. And until next time, have a great week and a great weekend, and bon appetit.